It's a returning champion, Elgintensity, aka Emperor Trajan of the Roman Empire. I last made a video about Cali Muscle almost 4 years ago, when I responded to his video about confronting me if he saw me at a fitness expo.
And if I see them in person, they know what's happening. Come to a fitness expo or something, see what's happening, boy.
These aren't even Twitter fingers, these are chicken fingers. Then he got an oximeter finger after having a heart attack. The man formerly known as Chuck Basher might have stopped selling his body, but that day his main coronary arteries were 50% off. About 2 weeks later, he went back to the hospital. Let's hear how the ex-con known for dropping the soap plans to keep himself from dropping dead.
I gotta worry about preparation of the food now, too much sodium. I could go back to cooking my oatmeal, of course. I wanna keep my food to a minimum. I wanna go on that Japanese diet. They live the longest out of anybody in the world because they only eat like once a day.
No, almost every American does that on Thanksgiving, and it's not a strong strat for limiting food intake.
This last year, I've been eating a host of different things. You know, that wasn't the way, man. Today we got some hash browns, which I know people gonna say I shouldn't eat that, but I do need carbs. We got some chicken and egg whites, because I did learn that the egg yolk does have cholesterol.
Imagine just learning that at 46, then limiting egg yolk consumption to counteract years of taking egg-shriveling amounts of gear and being on a high-calorie diet to maintain your physique. Cali has made some foolish response videos in his day, but he might be worse at controlling damage to his own body than his brand.
So I want to keep away from that as of now until I go to my doctor appointment in December. Thank you for this day. Thank you for waking us, giving us our health and strength. RIP to all the people that's dying recently, man. It's been a crazy year, 21. I lost at least 5 people myself and almost lost myself. So I want to thank you for keeping me alive, to be a witness and be a motivator and inspiration to the world.
There's nothing like bragging about yourself while saying grace. He went from wearing fake Christian to sounding like one. Cali is a motivator though, because serving as an example of what to avoid is motivational.
I forgot to bring my hot sauce. Pepper. Hot peppers is good for heart health. It's a vascular isolator. It opens up your veins and your capillaries and your ventricles and all that good stuff, and it lets the blood flow to your heart. And
not as well as the stent that the doctors had to put in his left artery, which ironically might not have been necessary if Cali weren't on so much sauce.
And lately I've been getting hungry as hell. Yesterday I ate 6 times like I was a bodybuilder or something. I am still, huh?
It looks like his body's building plaque. When he crosses his arms while wearing all that blue, he resembles a genie, except this one can't seem to break free from a bottle.
People are trying to go against what I said with protein powders. You mother bro, you know I've talked to you. Y'all know, man. Going to that manufacturer, bro, how you gonna tell people something made in a bottle is actually good for them? That's made in a lab. Like, I'm on meds, and they tell you it got side effects. I don't know why y'all sell these supplements lie to people, bro, just to make a buck, man. If a scientist in the science lab, anytime you in a lab jacket, it's bad.
Every time you're rushed to the hospital, it's bad.
I don't give a with nobody. If it don't come from out the ground, off a tree, animal on the wild, it's bad, bro. I don't give a what you talk about. They're trying to protect that protein powder, man. Water make a buck. Just tell the people it ain't all that good for you, but it does have something it could do. If you can't eat, it'll suppress your appetite, but it's bad.
Chuck Basher can't call supplement companies buck cashers when he has a supplement line of his own. He sells a brain supplement and a test booster that promises to be the fountain of life, yet he's a retard and almost died at 46. He denounces protein powder, which can help people hit their macros when they can't sit down for meals, yet sells a multivitamin, which is supposed to do the same thing for micronutrients. It makes no sense to draw the line at protein powder, and he's no better than the people he's criticizing. If he doesn't shut down his company after this rant, then there's no question that he's just another bloodsucker who cares so much about being buff he put his heart at stake. This looks like the kind of place that'll make him an iced out medical alert bracelet. What do you know, the Rolex that he bought from the tacky jewelry store next to a check cashing place is a piece of garbage. Cali Muscle's been giving a lot of advice lately, but maybe the real gems he dropped were on the bezel that popped off along the way. I'm surprised that he would buy such a watch, because the last thing Cali Muscle needs is another hideously encrusted ticker that falls apart on him. Speaking of which...
He was released last Tuesday. Okay.
Ex-con to icon, you mean robbery arrest to cardiac arrest?
How many times has that gone off?
About 10.
Okay.
His heart struggles to stay on beat. It reminds me of his rap career.
And then all it boils down to is we all go die, man. I just believe in living what I preach to you guys. Live every day to the fullest.
It's no secret that I think that Cali Muscle's a moron, or that he started collecting vehicles because his nose can double as a two-car garage, but there's some value in his message. It is important to have a healthy lifestyle, but it shouldn't have taken a heart attack for him to realize that eating and juicing as much as he has over the years could jeopardize his health. He ranted about protein powder, but it's the least of his or anybody else's problems. Cali will never abandon his self-destructive ways because they allow him to achieve the look that he needs for his career. He'll be a try-hard health nut for a few weeks to set a good example, but enhancing your appearance at the expense of your health doesn't make you a role model. It makes you a Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition character model, because poorly planned aesthetic improvements will impair your ability to function and put you in the ground. 0! Like the video and subscribe to the channel, now.